Charming men, sailor suits, and an ancient kingdom on the moon. Mix them all together and you get the anime equivalent of an all-female Space Power Ranger spinoff. This week I'm taking a look at Sailor Moon Crystal, the 2014 retelling of the original series, looking to stay closer to the original source material manga. How does this series manage to pull off all these crazy shenanigans without sounding completely crazy? Let's take a look as we ask, what is Sailor Moon Crystal? We start off meeting our main character, Usagi Toskino. You know what? I'm gonna leave that in. Being late for school, after falling down the stairs on our way out the door for school, Usagi runs into a cat with bandages stuck over its head. Usagi removes the bandages from this feline, and we later find out that this cat is Luna, a talking alien cat tasked with finding the Sailor Guardians in order to protect the princess and the Silver Crystal. Shortly after assisting Luna, we learn Usagi is a middle school student who is not the best at taking exams. Feeling down on her grades, Usagi decides to join some friends and going to a jewelry store sale. From here, we learn things aren't quite right with this sale. Leaving the sale, Usagi runs into another of our main characters and love interest to Usagi, Mamoru Chiba. Later, we learn to be Tuxedo Mask, as if that wasn't hard to tell. Later that night, Usagi is woken up by the now able to talk Luna, as she begins to explain the reason why she's here and that the bandages earlier were suppressing her ability to talk. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I watched a lot of Power Rangers when I was younger, so the transformation sequences we get in this series feel really kind of badass and nostalgic to me. All of them seem really, really good, and they don't play the entire thing, so they kind of stitch them together later on. That being said, we are immediately treated to some ridiculousness that I don't know if it ever happens again in the series, where Usagi's almost trademark buns act as a danger radio to tell her that her friend is in danger. Returning to the jewelry store, Usagi, now the titular Sailor Moon, has her first battle with an enemy that we see through the beginning of the first season, a minion of the Dark Kingdom. After using a supersonic crying attack and some advice from Tuxedo Mask to use her tiara as a boomerang, she defeats the villain and begins her quest with Luna to find the other Sailor Guardians. The next few episodes cover Luna and Usagi finding the additional sailors with their own unique stories and neat transformation sequences. The episodes finding each of the sailors play out a bit like a Monster of the Week scenario until about episode 5, where things really start to go topsy-turvy and we are introduced to the Dark Kingdom all at once, who are unsurprisingly a bunch of good-looking dudes, and for some reason all seem to be named after different types of minerals. Wait, I'm not watching some sort of Steven Universe spin-off, am I? Anyway, out of left field, we go on to learn that Usagi is actually a reincarnation of the princess of an ancient moon kingdom and keeper of the Silver Crystal, as well as Tuxedo Mask being the reincarnation of the first prince of Earth. God, I think I just had a stroke. Chaos ensues as the sailors prepare to take on the Dark Kingdom and protect the Silver Crystal. I will be the first to say that the first 2 or 3 episodes of Sailor Moon are rough. I find Usagi almost unbearably annoying, and the story moves at a pace that would snap the neck off the Statue of Liberty without much explanation. But that doesn't mean I don't enjoy the episodes after the first ones. While it may not be my cup of tea, I definitely see the episodes later in the series getting much, much better. Sailor Moon Crystal is definitely aimed at a younger audience, but that doesn't mean there isn't something for everyone to get from this series. If you're a fan of shoujo, you will most likely get the enjoyment fully from Sailor Moon. If you enjoy shonen, you may still find some things that you like in the combat scenes, although they are very short. Sailor Moon Crystal somehow reminds me of Dragon Ball Z in terms of combat sequences and the cheesiness of the story and the humor, and I would equate them to being two sides of the same coin. Thank you everyone for watching. I know this episode is massively overdue. I ran into a lot of technical issues getting this episode together, and I'm glad just to have it finished and out to everyone. If you enjoy, please do subscribe and like the video and leave your comments down below on what you thought. You really enjoy what I do, I now have a Patreon where you can go and support me for some extra content like the scripts for these episodes, some written reviews on manga more specifically, and a little more for as little as $1. Next time we'll be taking a look at one of my favorite series, including cute corgis, cowboys in space. Until then, thank you all for watching and dream big.